Good morning. We are getting ready to start lesson 3 of module 8. And your first responsibility today, I want to talk to you just a little bit about polygons. We'll come back to this in just a few minutes, but I would like to do a sheet with you first off this morning. This is not one that you have, but I would like you to watch and listen and pay attention to what's going on with are these shapes polygons, why or why not? So poly, as you remember, means many, and gon means angles. And we are going to be looking at why some of these shapes would be polygons and why others are not polygons. The definition for a polygon, as explained yesterday, or maybe the day before, is that a polygon has to be has to have straight lines. They have to be straight. They no curves. They can have no curves. They have to be a line segment. They can have no curves. They have to be closed. In other words, they can have no openings. All right? So, in order to be considered a polygon, they have to be made up of straight line segments. They can have no curves in them, and they have to be closed. So let's take a look at shape number 1. We have 2 line segments, so we're looking at number 1, 2 line segments, but this particular shape is not closed. So is it a polygon? Yes or no? No, it is not a polygon, and the reason because it is not closed. All right, so it does have straight lines and it is made up of line segments, but it is not closed. So that would not be a polygon. Looking at picture number 2 or shape number 2, we see that it is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line segments. It doesn't have any curves and it is closed. So the answer to that one would be yes, it is a polygon. And number 3, well, number 3 is only made up of curved lines, so it can have no curves. So shape number 3 would not be a polygon because it has curved lines. Oops, curves. Can have no curved edges. And number 4, the same thing is true with 3 and 4 because it does have curved lines, so no, number 4 is not a polygon. And again, because it has curves. And number 5, one line segment, 2 and 3, it has line segments, no curves, and it is closed. So this one would be yes, that it is a polygon. And number 6, well, obviously, like number 1, it is open and not closed. So not closed, which makes it not a polygon. So you only have 2 polygons on this exercise. You have number 2, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my colored pencils? It has 5 edges, and let's see, I'm going to get my colored pencils out here. It has 5 edges, or 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 line segments, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles, which makes it a 5-sided angle. So I'm going to say number 2, by definition, because it has 5 sides, is a pentagon. 5-sided figure would be a pentagon. And number 5, let's take a look at that and count its sides. 1, 2, 3 sides that are all straight. 1, 2, 3 angles, which is great, which makes it this is number 5, means 3 triangles. So it is a triangle. So we have a polygon that is a pentagon, and we have a polygon that is a triangle. The other 4 figures do not qualify as a polygon. Now you will need to know that as we go on through this lesson today, and also we're going to be identifying polygons by the number of sides and angles that they have. Reminder from yesterday that you have to have exactly the same amount of sides as angles on each of your polygons. If there is 5 sides, there also will be 5 angles. If there's 3 sides, there will also be 3 angles. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the other things that you're going to be doing today. You will be doing the problem application. It says that there are 3 sides of a quadrilateral. Quad means 4 sides or angles. There are 3 sides of a quadrilateral that have the following lengths. 19 centimeters, which you're going to have to draw this one with your straight edge. I'm just giving you an idea of what it would possibly look like. It's not exactly to scale, but it's as close as I can get it for right now. So 19 centimeters on one side. We have another side that's 23 centimeters, and we also have a side that is 26 centimeters. If the total distance around the shape is 86 centimeters, what would the 4th side be? And that is what you are looking for, is the length of the 4th side. So quad means 4. You've got one side that's 19 centimeters, one side that's 23 centimeters, and one side that's 26 centimeters. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to draw that to scale because 19 centimeters would be this long right here, and it won't quite fit in that box. So you're going to have to do a scale model, which means it's representing that length, even though it's not to scale. We'll get back to that one in just a couple of minutes. And then we are going to come on to on the problem set, the next page. You are going to draw a polygon that has 3 angles, and you are going to be naming the sides of, or how many sides, because it's got 3 angles, how many sides, and then they want the name of a 3-sided polygon. A 5-sided polygon and a 4-sided, or 4 angles in polygon number C, a 6-sided polygon for D, and then you are going to compare your polygons with your partner, and well, you don't have a partner that you can compare with, but you're going to compare your polygons with partner. I guess you can do this with someone at home. Maybe they did it with you. Copy one example that is very different from your own in the space to the right. That one might be a little bit difficult for you to do because you don't have a partner at your house. But you need to, oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you at the very beginning, you need to watch the video. You do need to watch the video. I better come back over here and say, watch that video for Eureka. Watch that Eureka video at home. Yeah, because they will be talking about what we call those polygons with 3 sides, with 4 sides, with 5 sides, 6 sides, and so on. So make sure that you watch the Eureka video first so that you get what you need so you can accomplish this assignment. All right, so there's that page. Then you're coming over to the next section. You're going to use a straight edge. A straight edge is another name for a ruler, so that you can get straight lines, and you are going to do 2 examples of each polygon different from the ones that you drew on the first page. So you're going to be drawing a triangle in each of these spaces, and they need to be different. That is not coming into focus very good this morning. They need to be different than the ones that you drew on the front page. So you're going to be doing a triangle, a pentagon, a quadrilateral, and a hexagon. You're going to be doing 2 of each. And they need to be different from the ones that were on the front page and also different from each other. So please don't just draw 2 squares on your quadrilateral. Quad, of course, means 4. Make sure that you do quadrilaterals that are different than each other. Then, this is a very short assignment today, then you are going to come back and check with me And once you have that completed, then you can do your exit ticket, and you can send your exit ticket off to your teacher. So your exit ticket, once you've checked with me, send to your teacher. And I think math is probably going to go pretty quick today. Alrighty, so that would be nice. Let's go ahead and have you then watch the Eureka video so that you know what to call each of the 3, 4, 5, and 6-sided figures. I don't know if they showed any, I can't remember if they showed 8-sided figures. Whatever they show on that video, so I can't remember what they exactly show on that one. Anyway, I'm going to turn the time over to you to go ahead and pause the video, work these problems, and then we'll come back and see you in just a minute. See you in a minute. Are you there? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how you did on the application problem today. So, in your application problem, remember you were going to be drawing a quadrilateral. Please remember that quad means 4. A quadrilateral with the following lengths: one of 19 centimeters, one of 23 centimeters, one of 26 centimeters, and one of, oops, I just showed you what the answer is on that one. There are several different ways that you could have solved this particular problem. You could add 19, 23, and 26 together because the total length of this polygon is 86 centimeters. So if I add 19, 23, and 26 together, and I chose to do it by adding 19 and 23, got 42, and then I added 42 to 26 and got 68. Then I came over and decided that I would take my total length and subtract 68 from that using, of course, composing and decomposing tens as needed, and came up with 18. I also did a number bond with 86 and 68. 86 take away 68 would give me my missing number. The missing side of this quadrilateral is 18 centimeters. And if you got that right, you should be very proud of yourself, and you are truly getting ready to be a 3rd grade math student. So there you go with the problem application. And hopefully you remember to also do the read, write, draw part of this problem. All right, so now let's take a look at the possibilities. Of course, yours are not going to look exactly like mine, but they will at least have the same attributes. So we had to draw a polygon with 3 angles, 1, 2, and 3, and I counted the number of sides. There were 3 sides. Tri means 3, therefore this figure is a triangle. Then I needed to draw a 5-sided polygon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a 5-sided figure is called penta. Penta means 5, so a pentagon. A 4-sided polygon with 4 angles, and that would give me also 4 sides. It would be called a quadrilateral. Okay, now that's a big long word for 2nd graders. Quad means 4. Quadrilateral is the name of this particular polygon. And then you did need to do a 6-sided polygon. Mine looks like this. Yours might not look exactly the same. As long as it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and has no curves and does not have any, is closed, then it is a polygon. If any of your polygons are open or don't have straight lines, then you will need to go back and fix that. 6 is what we refer to as a hexagon. Hexa means 6. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at your next page. Here are the examples of the triangles that I did. Yours may or may not look like mine, but on a triangle, you need to remember that your triangle does need to be closed, and it needs to have 3 sides because tri means 3 angles. So there's 2 examples of a triangle. Penta means 5, so your pentagon needs to have 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 angles, and it must be closed and only have straight lines. Now you're going to notice that my pentagons look very different from each other, but they are still pentagons because of the attributes that they share. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and I'm hoping that you're remembering to use your orange and blue or orange and green colored pencils to help you keep track of things as you draw them. And I'm hoping that you also used your straight edge to do that. Quad means 4 sides, 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4 angles, and 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So I have drawn a rectangle and a square, which also qualify as quadrilaterals because of their attributes. Okay, 6, hexa means 6, so these are going to be 6-sided figures. Polygons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I almost thought I goofed there. Yeah, making certain that you can count all of your sides. I almost missed counting one, which is why it's a good idea to be able to use a colored pencil. And when you get into ones that have more a large number of sides or angles, showing your counting point will help you not lose count of where you're at, because sometimes it's easy to lose count of how many angles you have. You have counted, and you can see that my hexagons are very different from one another, although they qualify as a hexagon because of their 6 sides and their 6 angles. Okay, and then that, my friends, brings you to needing to do your exit ticket. Let's just take a quick little look at your exit ticket. You're going to use a straight edge to draw a polygon with the given attributes in the space on the right. So it has to be a 5-sided polygon. They want to know the number of angles and the name of your shape. So there you go. That's what your exit ticket is. May I strongly encourage you to mark those with your orange and green colored pencils, because it will be a lot easier for your teacher to be able to evaluate your success on this particular exit ticket based on what she can see in color. It's a little harder and takes a little bit more time to evaluate when you don't use the colors, and it is more difficult for you as well if you're not using colors to indicate. So there you go, and I am going to say for this morning, have a great day of learning.